गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीद सादनम्। ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। शारदा शारदाम्बुज वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं व्यात्। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषम् पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा जन्माद्यस्य यतः शास्त्रयोनित्वात् तत्तु समन्वात् ईक्षतेर्नाशब्दम् गौणश्चेन्नात्मशब्दात् तन्निष्ठस्य मोक्षोपदेशात् हेयत्ववचनाच्च स्वाप्ययात् गति सामान्यात् श्रुतत्वाच्च आनन्दमयोऽभ्यासात् विकारशब्दान्येति चेन्न प्राचुर्यात् तद्धेतुव्यपदेशाच्च मान्त्रवर्णिकमेव च गीयते नेतरोनुपपत्तेः भेदव्यपदेशाच्च कामाच्च नानुमानापेक्षा अस्मिन्नस्य च तद्योगं शास्ति अन्तस्तद्धर्मोपदेशात् भेदव्यपदेशाच्चान्यः आकाशस्थलिंगात् Page 147. Let us read 1 2 pages. इदमामनन्ति अस्य लोकस्य का गतिः इति आकाशेति होवाच सर्वाणि हवा इमानि भूतानि आकाशादेव समुत्पद्यन्ते आकाशं प्रत्यस्तं यन्ति आकाशो ह्येवैभ्यो जायनाकाशः परायणम् आकाशो ह्येवैभ्यः जायान् आकाशः परायणम् इति तत्र संशयः किमाकाशशब्देन परं ब्रह्मभिधीयते उत भूताकाशमिति कुतः संशयः उभयत्र प्रयोगदर्शनात् भूतविशेषे तावत् सुप्रसिद्धः लोकवेदयोः आकाशशब्दः ब्रह्मण्यपि क्वचित् प्रयुज्यमानो दृश्यते यत्र वाक्यशेषवशात् असाधारणगुणश्रवणाद्वा निर्धारितं ब्रह्म भवति यथा यदेष आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात् इति आकाशो वै नाम नामरूपयोः निर्वहिता ते यदन्तरा तद्ब्रह्म इति चैवमादौ अतः संशयः किं पुनरत्र युक्तं भूताकाशम् इति कुतः तद्धि प्रसिद्धतरेण प्रयोगेण शीघ्रं बुद्धिम् आरोहति न च अयम् आकाश उभयो आकाश शब्दः उभयोः साधारणशक्यो विज्ञातुम् अनेकार्थत्वप्रसंगात् तस्माद् ब्रह्मणि गौण आकाश शब्दो भवितुम् अर्हति। विभुत्वादिभिः हि बहुभिर्धर्मैः सदृशम् आकाशेन ब्रह्म भवति न च मुख्य संभवे गौणोऽर्थो ग्रहणमर्हति। संभवति चेह मुख्यस्यैवाकाशस्य ग्रहणम्। Okay, let us see this much. We are now in the 8th Adhikaran. I think 7th Adhikaran was completed. We had taken the formal format, Vishaya Samshaya, of the 7th. Check. No. Word meaning was completed. Anya word and okay. Let us put the formal format. So you had seen that in this 7th Adhikaran there were 2 sutras, and this Adhikaran is unique in itself because it is using the Upasyam Brahman, and there is a Ishwar Jeev Bhed, which is for the Upasana aspect and not for the Paramarthik aspect. I already saw this, and Chandogya Upanishad 1.6.6 and 1.7 we had seen that this Bhed is established in the Upanishad itself. You cannot say that in the Upanishad only Ishwar Jeev Aikyam has been said. Because if you think of the Paramarthik Brahman, you cannot do Upasana with the Paramarthik Brahman. When Upasana is mentioned, Upasana is with the conditioning of the subtle body to make the subtle body oriented towards the Gayam Brahma. And therefore, there was Ishwar which had 7 traits, 7 Lakshana were there, 7 characteristics of that Ishwar. And this question was raised by the Purupaksh, why not should we take it as a Jeev? Then answer was given that if you take as a Jeev, the last 3 characteristics, Sarva Pap Apahat, which is devoid of all Pap, then it is Sarvatmak, and Sarva Vibhuti Mattvam will not be proved. Then he said, okay, it is not proved, but first 4 are proved. Then it was said that the first 4, which you are saying it is a dosh, because Adharatvam was there, Rupavatvam was there, and Aishwarya Maryada was there. This is, he said, this cannot be with the Ishwar. Then it was mentioned, because of the Maya, these properties are taken by the Ishwar. If Ishwar can become the world, he can also appear as localized Ishwar. And just I want to take your attention before I go to the next verse. See page 146. Third line you see, स्वमहिम प्रतिष्ठस्य अपि आधार विशेष उपदेशः उपासनार्थो भविष्यति. You got it? Underline that. सर्वगतत्वाद् ब्रह्मणो व्योमवत् सर्वान्तरोपपत्तेः. Then ऐश्वर्य मर्यादा श्रवणम अपि. Although it was said that this Ishwar is in charge of this lower part and this higher part, that is called Aishwarya Maryada. This is, I need not explain. Aishwarya Maryada Shravanam api adhyatma adiदैवत विभाग अपेक्षम. फिर से सुनो, उपासना अर्थम एव. I'm just saying so that you are understanding that what I'm talking is only from the Bhashya. Tasmat Parameshwara eva akshiyadityoho antar upadishyate. And therefore Parameshwar eva natu jivaha. This was one thing I wanted to take your attention. Then see next, before that, page 145 page, last fifth line. See here it is said, Loka kameshitritvam api, from the bottom fifth line, Nirankusham Shuyamanam Parameshwaram Gamyati. You always have that there is Maryada is not there. Purupakshas. Yattu uktam hiranyashmashru ityaditya rupa shravanam parameshwaram no paddhyate iti. Supposing I say this Ishwar with beard etc. is not there. Atra brumaha. This is not English bruma. This is being told. What is that? Syat parameshwarasya api Ish Ichhavashan. Underline. Parameshwarasya api Ichhavashat Maya Mayam Rupam Sadhaka Anugrahartham. Beautiful point. This is where I like Bhashyakar. This form he takes for anugraha for the seekers. Vipradhenu sur sandhit leen manuj avatar. You can match Ramayana also, Gita also, Brahma Sutra also, if you know. If you don't know, no problem. So, Ishwar, देखो, इच्छावशात मायामयम रूपम साधक अनुग्रहार्थम. Then he quotes one or two things. I'm not going to that. Just I wanted to take you to this point so that you are in constant touch with the Bhashya also. Now let me conclude this sutra by the formal format. Vishaya, subject matter. What is the subject matter? Aditya Akshi Purushaha. The subject matter is that Purush which is in the sun and in the eyes. What it is? What is that Purush which is in the sun and in the eyes also? This is Vishaya. And what is Samshaya? Whether that Purush is Ishwar or Jiva or Devata. That Purush, whether that Purush is Ishvaraha, Jivaha or Devata. This is the Samshaya. Without Samshaya, Brahma Sutra does not proceed. So there is some Samshaya, where there is ambiguity in certain mantras. What is third point? Purva Puksh. Aditya Purusha Devata Eva or Jeev Eva. This Aditya or Akshi Purush is Devata and Jeev alone. Why? Parichinna Gunatvat. Because of his first four qualities called Parichinna Gunatvat. Swaditya Akshi Purusha Devata Eva Jeev Eva Natu Ishvara. Parichinna Gunatvat. You heard Parichinna Gun means four things: location, color, organ and limited power. Aishwarya Maryada. This is the third point. And what is the Siddhant now? Purush refers to Ishvara, na to Jiva, who is different from Jeev Devta in Jagat. Why? Because of the last three gunas, total purity, Sarvatma and Sarvibhutimatvam can belong to Ishvara. And the first four are because of Maya. Simple things are there. If you go slowly and systematically, Brahma Sutra will appear graspable. It is not that you cannot understand that. Just go very slowly, steadily, quietly, no problem. Moment to jump here and there, then each sutra will become difficult. Okay. But why he did like that? Upasanartham. This is all for Upasana, he did it. Upasanartham Ishvara Jivayoho Jivishvarayoho Bhedaha Pratipadyati Shrutihi. Upasanartham Jivishvarayoho Bhedam Pratipadyati Shrutihi. For the Upasana purpose, for the purification of mind, the difference between Jiva and Ishwar is propounded by the Shruti. Natu Jnanartham, not for the sake of knowledge. Antakara Shuddhyartham, Vigna Nivaranartham. Okay. Kam Krodha Nivrityartham. So here, what is the conclusion? Purush is equal to Ishvara. So we should accept the Ishwar in the Vyavharik Drishti. Yavat Upaditrayah Santi Asti Tavat Ishvara Api Mantavyam. As long as the three upadhis we are having and working with, it is all in the jurisdiction of Ishwar now. You are under Ishwar now. And he has the full control on these three upadhis with which we have to do sadhana. Sadhana is not done by Brahman. Pure Brahman has no opposition with ignorance. Rushirati has come here. I can't see. Shift slightly. So pure Brahman has no opposition with the Agyan or Vikshep or Kam Krodh. Interesting. Pure Brahman has no opposition with Jeev Bhav. It is only the vritti of Brahman which has opposition with Agyan. So this is the conclusion, 4 points which we have said now. I will not move ahead. There are so many sutras, I should be faster also. Sangati, I said, Sangati is complicated, you leave it. Now, 8th Adhikaran is called Akash. Adhikaran, Akasha Adhikaran, which is on page 147, which we had just read. And for your good news is only one sutra is there in this Adhikaran. Okay. Now, this is called Akasha Adhikaran because the sutra is starting from the word Akash. Akash, Akashastallingat. Akashastallingat. Not so good news is, it is again from Chandogya Upanishad, which you have not heard and people don't like to hear that. Especially first 5 chapters. Everybody just goes for 6th, 7th and 8th chapter and they say too much of Upasana is mentioned. And they try to avoid it. So it is also my project to cover all first 1 to 5th chapter, whatever it is, however boring it may be. But Bhashyakar has written, I want to go through it where I don't know, but I feel I should go through it once, at least in this life. Now, see how he is referring it. Not Bhashyakar is not referring it. Vedavyas Bhagwan has brought it out. And the Shruti Vakya is here, Vishaya Vakya is Chandogya Upanishad 1.9.1. Please open that book now. Mantra Pushpam, Chandogya Upanishad. Please keep it open in front of you. 1.9 section and the first mantra is there. First mantra. And if you have any highlighter or a sketch pen or something, please highlight this mantra. Asya lokasya ka gatihi. If you have that. And in your copy, you write the page number of your Chandogya Upanishad book. All the Mantra Pushpam book. Whether it is a small book or big book, I don't mind. Whatever book you want to take that. Asya lokasya ka gatihi iti akash iti hovacha sarvani hava imani bhutani akashadev samutpadyante Akasham pratiyastam yanti akasho yevebhya jayan akasha parayanam. Everybody got it? Please mark it. Now this is on this mantra, the whole sutra is based on. This whole sutra is based on this mantra only. Okay, but let us see what it is about. What is the problem here that Bhagavan Vedavyasa has brought it out? Now, I'll give you the general information before we go into the details of the sutra. Because you have not heard this, therefore I have to introduce the mantra first before I go to the sutra. So we have to take 2 sections, 8th and 9th of Chandogya Upanishad. When I say Chandogya Upanishad, you can write CU. Not ICU. Says CU. So CU means Chandogya Upanishad 1.8 and 1.9. Now, in these 2 sections, the Upanishad is giving Upasana. This 2 section, Upanishad is giving another Upasana, which is called Ishvara Upasana. Ishvara Upasana. And there is one typical name of Ishwar here. What is the typical name of Ishwar here? Typical name of Ishwar here is Parovariya Gun Vishishta Ishwar. Okay, what is this? Parovari word you can see in the 4th line. in the second mantra, so you can copy from there. Parovariya guna vishishta Ishvara. Well, what is Parovariya? Wait, we'll take one by one. Don't worry about it. Parovari word is coming. Sa esha parovariyanudgita sa esha anta parovar. So Parovariya guna vishishta Ishvara. Okay. What is the meaning of Parovari now? Let us see now. Second sutra is not under discussion. I am just referring to you. Second mantra is not under discussion. I am just indicating for you to copy that word. Parovari guna vishishta Ishvara. Well, then we should have read Chandogya also. So much is coming in the Brahma Sutra. I have not read any chapter. No, not any chapter. 8, 7, 6, 7th year we had read that. Oh, I forgot. We had gone through these 3 chapters. And if you want more details, I had taken in SIF, chapter 6 and chapter 7. This year I was to check chapters 8, but all the camps have gone haywire now. So unlikely there will be any camp now. Even the Jyotirling Yatra is pending. Because even if you organize, nobody will come now. So all the dham and all the religious places are quiet. And people are not going to travel. I don't see. So I said, please keep on hold till everything betters. We'll have yatra, don't worry. God will call us, but we have held it indefinitely. Till further notice. No flights are there and you don't know what is there. People are all inside. So this is called Parovari Vishishta Guna Vishishta Ishvara Upasana. Now what is the meaning of Parovariyastvam? So Parovariya means most glorious one. Parovari word means most glorious one. I am not taking directly sutra, I am explaining how the context has grown up to become, why this sutra was required, how it came up. Okay. So, how will you say? Mahatva guna vishishta Ishvara. Ishwar endowed with great qualities. So, Parovari has a translation, most glorious one. Most glorious one. Parovariya. Okay, and as I have already mentioned, in this Adhikaran also, Upasyam Brahma is discussed and not the Giyam Brahma. Not the Brahman which is known as Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma, but the Maya Vishishta Brahma is being discussed here. So here also we are going into Vyavaharik Drishtya. And whenever Upasana word is used, so Upasana will be on what you are seeing Ishwar. Upasana is always seeing the infinite in something finite. Something is small, you see the biggest. Like Shaligram Shilayam Vishnu Buddhi. On Shaligram you are seeing Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu is infinite, Shaligram is small, but I see that Upasana. Upasana is trying to make Ishwarakara vritti through something finite. Thought of Ishwar on something is small, which is perceptible easily. Okay, like Matra Devo Bhava Upasana is there. Right? Mother is seen. Mother is seen as a finite person. But on that mother, I see what? I see goddess. Acharya Devo Bhava. This is Upasana. Acharya is seen. Acharyo Upasanam Shaucham, 13th chapter. So in Acharya Upasana, Acharya is appearing as a simple person. But I see Ishwaratva in the Acharya. So when I say Acharya, so Ishwarakar Vritti should come seeing the Acharya. This is called Acharyopasana. Like when you see the Murti in the temple, Shivakar Vritti comes. Shivakar. Not Prastarakar. You don't see it's a statue. You don't see it's a stone. Ishwarakar Vritti comes. Shivakar Vritti comes. You offer namaskar not to the stone, but you offer namaskar to the Shiv there. So, what is the attempt in Upasana? To create Ishwarakar Vritti, thought of infinite Ishwar. And something I want as a alambanam, something I want as a support, a prop. I want a prop. Okay, seeing Acharya, I want as Acharya is a prop to develop the Ishwarakar Vritti, which you must have heard in Guru Gita. The only biggest attempt in Guru Gita is to develop this Ishwarakar Vritti in the Acharya. Biggest. Other are also there, but this is the biggest attempt. It is for Upasana. Guru Gita is more for Upasana than for knowing something. So when Upasana is mentioned here in this Prakaran, so what Upasana, in what you are doing? So they say Upasana has to be done in Omkar. Oh, Omkar, yes, Omkar. Omkar Upasana has been. And this Omkar in Samaved has been given the word Udgitha. This word you have heard somewhere earlier. Udgitha. Oh. Literal meaning of Udgit was Uchchaihi Giyate. It is chanted loudly. Ha, hu, ha, hu, ha, hu. Like that is the. Some mantras are chanted loudly. You can't chant in mind. Not like that. Mantras of the Upanishad should be chanted loudly. Taittiriya Upanishad we were chanting. We cannot chant it very murmuring. Okay. This is not the film song. You are gungunaiye mata. You chant it loudly. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Nitayam Parameva. So you have to really chant loudly. Each word has to be. So in Samveda, no, don't say Samveda, it is Samveda. Well, it's the Ved Sham ko chanting, not like that. It is Samveda. So, Uchchaihi Giyate iti Udgitaha, that which is chanted in full pitch, that is called Samveda. I went to one place in Jaipur. So, in Udaipur rather, 16 days they called Brahmin, I think 15, 60 days, around 15 Brahmin who chant Vedas. Like these Pandits were chanting. His training is not easy. Very difficult work. Priest work is very difficult if the priest is really a good priest. So whatever the money they charge, I feel they charge less. But very difficult. You can't get anybody like that. It's not that easy. When Sapshati chanting was not easy. So many mantras they were using in the Havan home was not easy. Many were not knowing also. Just seeing them. Whether it was Ahuti and sometimes they were reading, sometimes they were not reading. Imagine how much tapasya was involved. So it is not that easy to chant those mantras. You need a really strict training for that. हाँ. So Udgit mantra is in Samved. So what is that? Invocation of Ishwar on Udgit. Please note, Udgit is the name of Omkar only. Don't think Omkar and Udgit is different. So invocation of Ishwar on Udgit, which is Alambanam. This is the Upasana mentioned. Oh. Where? Here. Okay. So invocation of the Ishwar in Udgit. In bracket you can write Omkar so that you don't get here. And this Upasana of invoking the Ishwar in the Udgit is called Parovariya Guna Vishishta Ishwar Upasana. So what is the meaning of Parovariya Guna Vishishta Ishwar Rupena Udgit Upasana? You can put like that. Don't get displayed. Parovariya Guna Vishishta Ishwar Rupena Udgit Upasana. Well, let's translate it in English, please. Meditation upon Omkar, seeing it as greatest Lord. Meditation upon Omkar. Here meditation means Upasana. Don't think meditation means that meditation Vedantic. The word meditation is used for Upasana. So meditation upon Omkar, in bracket we can write Udgit or whatever is there, using it as greatest Lord. So this is I'm trying to say what is the meaning of Parovariya. So don't get afraid by Parovariya word. Now it must be clear that Parovariya is the meaning. Parovariya Guna Vishishta Ishwar Rupena Upasana. Okay now. Now before I move to the sutra, I have to give little background. It's not urgent, but it is good to have how this topic has grown up in these two sections. So if we see Chandogya, if first to fifth, then we will go in detail, but I want to give you a brief background, how the topic has emerged. So the topic has emerged in the 8th Khand. Khand means section. This is mentioned in 8th and 9th Khand. So 1.9.1 I told, this is the Vishayavakya of this sutra. 1.9.1. And last Adhikaran was also in the first chapter. So the three people came together. And first name was Dalbhya. And second name is Shilakaha. And third name is Jayavalihi. बोले बड़ा अजीब सा नाम है यार, इन लोग का different name is there. Dal Pani. No, not Dal Sab. It is Dalbhya. Well, I don't know how to write Dalbhya. So, okay, last you see, Ashtakhand you see. Last Khand you see. First mantra you see, Dalbhya. You saw that Dalbhya in the second line. Trayo hod gite kushala babu. So first name is Dalbhya. Second word is Shilaka. And third name is Jayavalihi. All three names are there. You can just copy it. Dalbhya, Shilaka and Jayavalihi. 1, 2 and 3. Please maintain sequence because the topic will be like that. And they came together. After coming together, they all sat. And this first two, Dalbhya and Shilakaha, were Brahmin. And Jayavalihi was Kshatriya. But this Jayavalihi was much more humbler and much more knowledgeable than the first two, Dalbhya and Shilaka. So they say, let us discuss something great. Utkrishta Vishaya. Something great, so that life's problem can go away. Don't discuss something small. Why he is not going for haircut. Don't discuss some topic. Or why this tika is put like that. Or what, when did Sheila is coming, why she came now. Don't discuss such topics. So topic, discuss on some good topic, which is the highest topic. So they all said, he said, let us discuss about the highest topic, not any middle class topic. Let us discuss about the highest topic. Okay, they said, okay. As I said, first two are Brahmin, Dalbhya and Shilaka, and Jayavali is Kshatriya. Okay. So what is the topic now? What is the greatest in this Srishti? What is the best and greatest? This is what makes a person wise. When in anything what he thinks, what is the better way of doing it? What is the best here? Yes, Shreyasya Tanishyatam Bruhitam. Arjun was not reasoned, what is the best? Yes, Shreyasyat. I am not satisfied with some lollipop. Or some, what is it called? Prattler? What is it called? Rattler. Don't give me all that thing. What is the best here? This is the adhikar of his taste is very high. Mind's taste is very high. It doesn't have a cheap bhav on anything. He said, what is a good bhav? Highest bhav on this subject. Like those who are very rich people, their taste of eating, taste of putting on clothes is very high. I was in Indore and there was one very rich person. So he was very good and very close to me. So I went to a place called Panchmani. So, he said if we get some good mangoes are there. So our chicks purchased a big basket of mango, carton of mangoes. Acha, I had not seen. So I said, please give it to him. I'm not taking his name. I said, give it. Now he is no more. He left his body. So chicks went and delivered it. So after a few days, he returned it. He said, I have taken 5 mangoes because we said, but these mangoes we don't. These chicks felt very bad. He said, see, we went and here's the way he should behave. I said, bhai, his taste is like that. He said, let his be taste, but you should just keep it. I said, don't take it seriously. Everything you should not react to it. So those who are very rich, their eating taste, their dress taste, their table taste, when furniture there they go and purchase. Everything is different. Class is there. So when a person becomes a seeker, his taste of bhav should be very high. Not he doesn't think about rag, dvesh, kam, krodh. He wants a very clean mind, pure mind. He's disturbed if some bad thought comes, and he will do extra upasana to get out of that mind if that thought comes. Calm, close, etc. He will do anything. He will fast, he will do some parayan, he will do part, but he will be out of that. So these three must be having a very high taste. He said, what is best here? What is greater than what? So great things in the creation are being discussed. So first Shilika asked his Dalbhaya. First question to Dalbhaya was from Shilika, from 2 to 1. And he said, okay. So Dalbhaya gives series of great things. And each one is superior to other. He will not tell. So first one he says, Dalbhaya. Shilka is asking Dalbhaya and Dalbhaya is giving the answer. What he says now. Udgit Sam Mantra, he said, is very good. Udgit Sam Mantra. I am condensing what is mentioned in Ashtam Khanda, 8th section. He said greater than Udgit Sam Mantra is Swara. You can, number 1, 2 you can say. One is Udgit Sam Mantra, other is Swara. Greater than Swara is Prana. Because if Swara is not there, you can't chant. Chanting is difficult if you don't have Swara. This is where people find chanting difficult. Uddad and Uddad they don't do. Chanting is difficult then. Even Sahana Bhavatu chanting without Swara. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahano. Now should go up. Sahano Bhunaktu. Saha Viryam Darvavahai. So Viryam should go up. Don't put Uddat at unnecessary places. Only Saha Viryam Karvavahai. See, they say, don't start, this thing is not there. This is not a kite, anytime you are lifting it here and there. It is Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavid Vishavahai. Then Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This is called Swara. Okay. Don't put in any other words. The Rishi has heard it like this, so you have to chant like this. So Swara is more superior than the Sam Ved Udgit. And more superior than the Swara is Prana. So Prana is number 3. Prana. And therefore these mantras were chanted mainly by men. Well, why not? Women cannot chant. Because that much of prana was not there. Too much of bal was. Therefore they keep one achmani there. One achmani is kept there. Because too long chantings are there. The throat starts drying up. And there's a ghee. Ghee is a facilitator. So ghee is eaten by it. Oh, okay. So more superior than the Swara is a prana. So male voice is more suited for chanting. Not singing. Chanting I am talking. Chanting of such Vedic mantras. And superior than the prana is Annam. Annam is which number? 4 number. Why? If Annam is not there, you cannot chant also. Example is in Shvet Ketu. Shvet Ketu, his father said, don't eat. And then he can't chant. If you don't eat, you cannot chant. So annam is superior than pranam. And what is superior than annam? Apaha. Apa is fifth number. So superior. Who is saying all this? Dalbhya is saying that. And what is superior than apaha? Swargaha. This much I said. Swarga is which number? 6. 6 numbers. So Shilaka asked Dalbhya, tell me what is superior than this Swarga? He said, no, Swarglok is superior most. Dalbhya told to Shilaka that Swarglok is superior most, his greatest. Then Shilaka told Dalbhya that, see, Dalbhya, I think you don't know properly. You don't know that Swarglok is not superior most, it is intermediate only. And as is a popular way of telling, he said if anybody says Swarglok is superior most, his head will blast. His head will burst. अरे यार straight away burst ही करवा देंगे. Give some milder punishment. No, if anybody says that Swarglok is superior most, his head will burst. This is a way in Chandogya Upanishad. And brother Aranyak, both they burst early. तो बड़े गड़बड़ है, हम तो कुछ बोलेंगे नहीं. I will not say anything. If head will burst, I will keep quiet only. छोटी सी बात पे you are saying it will burst. देखो, the meaning here is one who says bhog is best, Swarglok means bhog, his intellectual capacity will be lost. Indriyanam hi charatam yan manonu dhyate tadasya harati prajñam vayurnavam ivambasi. Gita says, Indriyanam hi charatam. This sense organ are going, and if you put enjoyment into certain things, seeing something is not a problem. But seeing with a sense of enjoyerhood, tadasya harati prajñam, then intellectual capacity will go away. All what you have read and heard, it will all be lost, and you will be totally behaving as a ignorant animal, losing control. Right, wrong, break here, I should not talk, I should do this, everything is lost. I have lost my control. Tadasya harati prajñam vayurnavam ivambasi. So head will burst, don't take it very literally. The indicated meaning is this here. Don't worry about that. This is okay, otherwise such an head is burst. Then Shilaka told to Dalbhya that, Bhulok is superior than Swarglok. Bhulok is a superior lok than Swarglok. Because Bhulok is a Karm Bhumi and Swarglok is a Bhog Bhumi. When whatever the Jeev in Bhulok does, he goes to Swarglok. So the Devatas are made by Bhulok only, and they are sustained, they are given their ahuti etc. from Swarglok people. Therefore, Devatas superior than the Swarglok is the Bhulok. Because here you can do much more than in the Swarglok. Swarglok you can't have satsang. You can't have satsang etc. Very rarely it is there. You cannot say it's not there, but very rare satsang. Why? Because bhog is very important. And this I did not know. Once, one very rich lady used to come in satsang. And one day she said, I feel very sad. I cannot come to satsang very often. Then why? He said, my husband is such a high profile person. Very big businessman, meeting with chief minister, meeting with this meeting. And the wives have to go. Without wife, they don't go. And I have to be with him wherever he goes, in such meetings. And therefore, because I have so much of fame and money, therefore I cannot come in satsang. Lo. तब हमको लगा यार अच्छा, this richness also is a big obstacle. It is so difficult. So he said, who? Srila Kaha. He said, don't get mixed up. Number 2, Srila Kaha said that Swarg Lok is inferior than the Bhulok. Now, he was keeping quiet. Third one, Jaivali. He said, I think you are wrong. And Bhulok is not the ultimate. And if anybody says Bhulok is ultimate, his heart will burst. Why you are after my head? It will burst. Arey, say something mild. Morning class is there. Bed will burst. Head will burst. This is there. I can show you. I'm not joking. It's written here. See in the Ashtakhand, you see, 6th. Te dalbeh samyastve tadarhi muyan murdha te vipatishyati. Murdha te vipatishyati. Your head will burst. Okay. I'll put on helmet then while listening. No, that will not work. So that won't work. What meaning of head will burst? If you say that this world of action only is most important. Action only is very important. Then action will be with doer, and therefore doer will never be quiet. Because doer will make a person agitated. I have to do this, I will do this. If you become main doer, you will be suffering. Why? Because you will be under stress. All the work, all the stressed people have a lot of doerships. So Swarglok was because enjoyership was too much, therefore head will burst. And here doership is very strong in Bhulok, therefore head will burst. But this was not said by Srila Kaha, this was said by Jaivali. He said, Acha, so what you are saying, then what is greatest? Now Jaivali first pulls them. He said, Bhai, you are Brahmin. You should know better than me. You are well equipped. You should know better. Why should I tell you everything? You should have learned it. Your qualifications are more. When you introduce yourself, I am Swami, I am Brahmachari. So people have expectation. Oh, you should know Gita also. You should know Ramayana also. This cloth is very heavy to carry. Too much qualifications are required. Oh, you should get up early also. You should meditate also. You should do jap also. You should not get angry also. You should not have no desire also. Don't be very fond of good food also. Acha. Don't be attached anywhere else. Oh. Acha. Don't speak loudly to me also. Oh. But you are speaking. I am not putting on this clothes. So difficult to carry this clothes. You know that? Don't be very fond of makeup, etc. Don't do any makeup. But I put perfume. But have fragrance of personality only. Don't have any perfume etc. also. Live a simple life also. Sure, but I like that particular curtain. No curtain. You are removing the veils. Don't put any curtain here. Acha. But to take me, car has not come. Start walking then. If the car has not come. Be simple. Oh. Simple? Be very simple. But I like the expensive frame. No. Frame, go and have a frame which is not very expensive. Acha? This word. And don't think I'm joking. So many places when I go in India, there every evening Bhiksha is there. And people are quite well read and well known. They will straight away say, in this chapter that shlok comes, Swamiji. This Upanishad says like this. This chapter, this has come. What is the meaning of why this has been said like that? If you don't know the chapter and you don't know the verse of Bhagavad Gita, Vivikta Shevi Lagvashi Yadva Kai Manasa, this comes in which chapter, Swami? Madhavai? Which chapter? 6. गड़बड़ हो गया है भागवत it comes loudly when you call loudly. Which chapter? विविक्त सेवी लघुवाशी यतवा काय मानस ध्यान योग परो नित्यम वैराग्यम समुपाश्रितः Ahankaram Balam Darpam, 18th chapter. Only the initial one I know very well, you know this. Later one, neither I by-hearted, neither I know the topic. People ask like that. And why their Dhyan Yoga topic came in 18 chapters? I suppose people in India, a lot of satsang are held here, so they have that knowledge. When I was a brahmachari, one Mr. Srivastava was there. He was going in my Purvashrama. Same city as there, he used to get association with my grandfather. So, he called me for Bhiksha. I felt embarrassed because he was so elder, I was so young. I was touching my feet, etc. He said, no, now you are a brahmachari. Then his wife, she used to chant whole Bhagavad Gita while cooking the food. By hearted that means. Not that she's looking and cooking, whole food will get burnt. She had by hearted and she was chanting it. His clothes are difficult to carry. Too much expectations are there. Too much expectation. About Bhagavad also, about Ramayana also, about Vedanta also, about Sanskrit also, about your dispassion also, about your devotion also. So here this Jayavali slightly pulled them, slightly. Little pulling is required, from time to time to pull the strings. Tighten the screws and bolts. Otherwise we become loose, dull. Little sharpening is required. Okay. Therefore I am taking new text because you should be a little sharp also. Behavior also. Walking also, talking also, writing also, what you said, what you did, why you said like that, why you did like that day. It is just to sharpen our instruments. fine-tuning it. Fine-tuning. So he said like that. Well, this is not the Bhulok is not the greatest. No. Bhulok is a seventh number. Don't forget the number. Bhulok is seventh number. He said, no, it's not the greatest. He said, then? He said, now what is greatest is Parovari Guna Vishisht Ishvara. This is eighth number. Eighth number. And he introduces Ishwar using the name Akasha first time. He uses the name Akasha. Asya lokasya kagati Akasha iti hovach. He said the name of Ishwar is Akash. Akash is most important. So Parovari Gun Vishishta Ishvara is Akash. And here is where confusion comes. And Veda Vyasa Bhagavan had to take his pen and write the sutra. I think you must have guessed the confusion. Problem is, the word Akash is used for Bhutakash most of the time. How come the word Akash is used for Ishwari? Is the word Akash, which is a space, is referring to space? How come it refers to Ishvara? And he will never say space is superior most, because already they had crossed the Bhulok. Swarglok and Bhulok has been crossed. Oh. And Parovari Gun Vishishta Ishwar means the highest gun which is there. Okay. So Parovari means highest. Highest. And therefore Akash word has been used for what? Oh, so Akash iti uvacha. This is where Namam Khand is there. You can see in the first mantra, Akash iti uvacha. This Akash is mentioned. Akash iti uvacha. By whom? By Jaivalihi. So Akash, got the point here? Is it Ishwar or is it Bhutakash? And here Bhagavan Vedavyasa establishes that Akash is not for Bhutakash, it is for Ishwar. How? Tallingat. What is the meaning of Tallingat? We will see it tomorrow. Time is over. Oh. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.